Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, aka I'm a Ghostbuster, and today I'm doing a quick review for Kao the Kangaroo on Xbox. Now, Kao the Kangaroo is a platform game, and it's developed and published by Tate Multimedia, and it was released in May 2022. Now, you've probably heard of Kao the Kangaroo if you had like a PS2, a GameCube back in the day, as this was a sort of 3D action platformer. And it wasn't that bad actually back in the day. It does have quite a cult following. There hasn't been a game in the series since 2005's Mystery of the Volcano. And this release is basically a reboot of the series. It doesn't really follow on, but it's basically from the same developers, and they're sort of bringing it into the sort of modern console space. Now, I've got to say a big thank you to the developers, Tate Multimedia, for sending us a copy to do this video review. So big thank you to them for that. Now, this game is available on basically all platforms: PC, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. But I did play it on my Xbox Series X. Now, the story is basically you are playing as the titular kangaroo, should I say, as he basically goes on a quest in search of his missing sister, who sort of, at the beginning of the game, sort of hits him up in either a dream or a vision or by like projecting a sort of to him, and basically he's also trying to discover what happened to his long lost father as well. And basically he goes off on a journey to sort of save the world, bring balance to it, and obviously find out what happened. Now, straight off the bat, this game is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's the best platformer I've ever played, but honestly, it's a fun platformer, and it plays pretty well most of the time. Now, gameplay-wise, it's your standard affair. You've got your sort of jump, your dodge, you've got your attack buttons, you've got your jumping attacks, and basically the story is he basically gets his father's old like punching gloves and uses them to attack, but they've sort of been possessed with like some evil in them, and he basically has the ability to interact with like an alternate dimension, and it does get I don't want to spoil the story. It isn't the most in-depth of stories, as with most platformers, your Spyros, your Crashers. Just know that you're good, you're fighting the big bad guy basically. Now, gameplay-wise, this plays like your standard classic platformer. You've got your collectible coins to collect, you've got your enemies to defeat, you've got your secrets and hidden things to collect. So, like, in each level, there is 3 letters which spell out your name, K, A, and O to find. There are coins to collect which can be used to buy new costumes for your character. And there's also sort of scrolls to collect and gems to find. Now, the scrolls that you find basically expand on the lore of the world, and also explain a bit about sort of the enemies you'll be facing, all that sort of stuff. It's quite interesting, actually, and it's a nice little idea for a collectible, basically giving you that sort of side of it, just a bit more information and stuff, gives you a reason to want to collect them, basically. Now, once you've completed each level, you can replay them if you've missed anything, and there's also like, I believe there's a sort of a bonus for replaying them, like a time trial sort of thing, similar to Crash Bandicoot in that sense. There's boxes to smash, there's enemies to defeat, and yeah, it's a fun little game. Now, it's bright, it's colourful, it's blocky in not low poly aspect, but like bulky, big environments, which I love. It harks back to sort of classic platformer games, but it feels very modern. The controls work really well at times, as you can see on the screen right now. Every now and again, landing and sort of grabbing is a little off, which is annoying because it can cause you to lose lives at times when, like, 1 minute you find, the next minute you just sort of get stuck and you fall off, basically, or something like that. But overall, gameplay-wise, it's pretty smooth, quick, fast-paced sort of combat, Yeah, I thought it was really, really good. Now, the game obviously takes place over a variety of different environments. They're all really colourful and varied, look fantastic. There is like a hub town, sort of village, like island village, in between each of the levels where you can obviously spend your money in the shop and stuff like that. And you've basically got to collect these like shards across the levels and in the hub world, which unlock future missions. Now, the game also features bosses, which basically, if you've ever played a Crash Bandicoot game, you'll know the sort of drill. You have to sort of. It's got like light puzzle mechanics in the boss fights, and you've got to sort of like stun your opponent to sort of do damage to him, that sort of thing. Really enjoyable. Honestly, the whole game is really enjoyable. The big downside is it is a very short game. You're going to get through it probably in about 6 hours, if not less, just to complete the story. If you do want like a full completion, collecting all the collectibles, depending on how thorough you are as you play through, you'll probably get them in a couple more hours. So maybe about 10 hours tops you're going to get out of this game with the core content, which is a shame. Now, there is voice acting in this game as well. It's not too bad. I can't compare it to the originals because it's been so long since I've played the originals. Like I say, I'm sure I played them on the PS2 a good sort of 15 years ago now, the original Plus. So it's hard to sort of remember back that far. But for a platformer, and I am a big fan of platformers, it's really enjoyable, holds up pretty well. It's not perfect, and it's a little short. But like I say, for kids as well, if it's their first sort of major platformer, they'll probably really enjoy this. Now, one thing I will mention as well, the game has had a roadmap of content all across 2022, including multiple DLCs, free and paid for. Now, the developers have sent me the code for one of the DLCs that you have to pay for, so I will be doing a follow-up video very soon, covering all the free content and the paid DLC. But that'll be coming very, very soon. However, like I say, the core game itself, really enjoyable, well worth checking out. Now, it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, and it's optimized for Xbox Series X and S, 4K resolution with 60 FPS, and it supports smart delivery, and it's priced at $24.99. And if you do want to get the DLC, you can get the All Well Good bundle, which includes the game and all the DLC for at the price of £28.74, I believe, or something like that. Yeah, £28.74 it says on the Xbox Store, and that includes all the extra content. But other than that, highly recommend checking this out if you're a fan of platformers. Like I say, if you like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, those sort of games, or if you're a fan of the originals, this isn't a bad game at all. It's got a bit of humour in it. It's got bright, colourful environments, large worlds to explore, loads of costumes to buy to change your costume into, and it also features a variety of different worlds and bosses that really just ooze nostalgia. Like I say, it feels like a modern retro platform, in my opinion, like the sort of 3D platformers you would play on your PS2, your GameCube, your original Xboxes. This is what it feels like on a modern console. But other than that, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're happy, that like button, hit subscribe, and we will see you very soon for more gaming content, guys. Bye for now.